So I got a comment on my last video, and I gave a rather lengthy reply, and in writing that reply, decided that I wanted to um, say say my response to everybody. I want to say this out loud to the hearing of everyone who will listen. Des Maxwell writes, religion is just a means to manipulate people and justify acts of inhumane cruelty. Those that blindly follow it are either A. indoctrinated into it at an early age, or B. have converted later in life because they are trying to escape from something or wipe away past misdeeds slash unfortunate events. I believe in this case we have someone who has tried so hard to make it big but has ultimately failed to reach their ambitions. I remember you I remember you indirectly being frustrated at your channel not growing after the whole Venom Fang X drama. Tried to get big on the whole pro slash anti porn debates, the novel, but things really came to a head with the whole documentary. When that exploded in spectacular fashion, you then tried to set very lofty Patreon stretch goals and another crowd-funded documentary that hit a brick wall. I guess it all took its toll. Pretty much retreated from YouTube for a long time. Guess the epiphany came. Beardy man who walks on water, heals the sick and rises from a tomb after 3 days. Well, you are an American after all, and therefore prone to such illusion. Still, it's as good a scapegoat as any. Hallelujah. And here is my response. All right, Des, first of all, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic, I really do mean this. You are right. I am a failure. I have failed at every single thing that I have ever tried to do with my life, and I have pissed off so many people online that anytime I try to stick my head out of my shell, someone like you will always be on hand to remind me of my shortcomings. That's my life. It's not one that I'm happy with. I suffer from severe depression, and every day is a struggle to get up and take care of daily affairs. And while my reasons for returning to the faith are more complex than your mockery would allow, you are generally on the right track. I had to dig back into myself and isolate where I went wrong in my life, and that, along with personal experiences I don't care to share with the public, led me back to faith. When I was an atheist, I was similarly cynical about people's motivations when they found faith, especially when it was someone I didn't like. I assumed that they were all in the vein of Joseph Smith, lifetime swindlers and con men who cooked up religious nonsense to further separate fools from their money. Your line about wiping away past misdeeds slash unfortunate events seems to suggest that you think this is what I am doing. I assure you I am not. I have zero desire to be any kind of religious leader or theological authority, especially when I am, at best, a ground level student myself. I simply want to correct the record. So, you win. I don't know what the prize is, but you win. I guess my question then is why this means so much to you. You have been posting on my channel for years. Even here you've mentioned things that happened over a decade ago. Why has this stayed with you for so long? I seem to recall, though I could be thinking of someone else, that one winter I made a video where I was wearing a new coat that I'd gotten as a Christmas gift, and you made a great row in the comments section insinuating that I had misappropriated funds from my film project to pay for it. I guess what I'm asking is, what's in it for you? What's in it that makes you so fixated on me that you know when I'm wearing new clothes? You can be honest with me. Like I said, I already admit that I'm a failure, and I'm not trying to obfuscate that. I tried, as you put it, to make it big and failed to reach my ambitions. You are right. It took its toll, and I shied away from YouTube for a very long time because of it. I still don't get what's in it for you. Maybe you're a sociopath. I read that 1 in every 25 is, so it's entirely possible. But your behavior still doesn't fit the MO of a sociopath. They usually have fairly short relationships because they either get found out or get bored and either way have to move on. I would suspect that your motivations are more akin to my own when I spewed venom at losers on the internet, and the reason bullies in general feel motivated to pick on those of lesser stature. Making themselves superior to someone keeps them from having to confront insecurities within themselves. I will go on to say that this comment you have made will stay with me for several days after this exchange. It will enter my thoughts when I'm trying to concentrate on other things and demand that I spend several hours sitting in a dismal state of inner pain that will cause me to rock back and forth and make my hands, feet, and chin shake. I'll hear from someone I know and we'll start talking and I'll start to enjoy that exchange. Then, in the nano instant that I realize I'm enjoying the company, your comment will flash in my head, and I'll go from enjoying talking to a friend to needing the discussion to be over so that I can go dwell on my inner turmoil and stop having to force a smile for the person I'm talking to. I'm going to pause here, by the way, to say that the reason I'm twitching as I read this is because this is getting under my skin. This is not... I'm not being sarcastic here. I'm not trying to be funny. This is bothering me. Are we clear, Des? Are we clear that I accept and am being honest with you that I am a loser? I was thinking about it earlier today, actually. The worst thing about being a loser is that nobody who wants to help you will accept that you're a loser. You say that you're trying to come to terms with being a loser, and the first thing they do is tell you that you're not a loser. And then they try to convince you that you're not a loser, and they bring up whatever failure of yours happens to be something they like. Maybe they tell you how great that one album you did was, or how much they loved your novel or your documentary or whatever, and you just have to sit there and nod along politely and thank them for the support when really you know deep in your heart that you're just an untalented hack whose ambitions were in another solar system from his talents. So yeah, you're right. It got way too fucking heavy, and I had to lay my burdens at the feet of the one who said, "Come unto me, all ye who labor." I've been trying to take the self-isolation time to get things done, namely my second novel, but for the first time in my life I'm having writer's block. Where I used to power through a fiction idea with furious determination and lightning-fast fluidity, I now find myself struggling. I think I have a good idea, and friends who've heard sections of it have been encouraging, but for the last 5 years I've had an emptiness in my soul that is too cavernous to ignore. Writing, as well as music and all of my other artistic pursuits, does not have the same joy it once did. You want to talk about failure? This fucking cat. I got her 14 years ago. For 14 years, she shits outside the box, pisses everywhere. I really know how to pick him. She won't shut the fuck up. She only does this when I'm trying to make a video. Anyway. Writing, as well as music and my other artistic pursuits, does not have the same joy that it once did. My hands move slowly and my mind pushes back against the task like an impudent child. I don't know why I'm on this earth, Des. I guess it's just to stock shelves and take inventory. I've come to accept in recent years that my lofty goals and ambitions were actually just some sort of neuroses that has only ever been a hindrance to me becoming a real person. Realizing that has given me the dawn of a sense of inner peace, but at the same time I find myself for the first time in my life asking why I am here and not having any idea. In closing, I would like to extend an offer to you. I would like to have a streaming Google Hangout with you. I'll sit and talk about whatever you want to whatever extent I'm able to talk about it. You might actually be able to get me to break down and cry on camera. You might be able to make me have a panic attack. I only have one request. I want you to be on camera too. I want to see your face. I don't need to know your name, assuming Des Maxwell is a handle. I just want to look at you. Let me know what you think. With the pandemic putting us on lockdown, my schedule is fairly open. I have a feeling that your response to this offer is going to be to do the smug shit kicker routine. You'll say, "LOL, I don't need to be wasting my time talking to a loser like you," but we both know that's not true. Kind regards, Jordan.